What is happening, my earth signs? Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is your girl, Venus Archangel, here with another love reading, guys. I just wanted to take this time now to go ahead and let y'all know I got a new deck, y'all. I had to start freaking out about it, honestly, on Instagram yesterday. And honestly, it's just like, it's so nice. It's slippery, too. Like, you'll probably see me shuffle these cards, and you know, and it's flapping all over the place, but I'm excited to use it. Just wanted to let you know this is what I'm using here. I'm going to put it in the description box below as well, so you guys can, you know, get your deck if you want to get started on learning tarot yourself or what have you, right? So anyway, guys, you know the usual, right? If you don't know your placements, check the description box below. Also, guys, please remember that these readings may not resonate with everybody, and that is okay. Okay. Also, guys, no, actually, I don't remember. Never mind. Okay, let's get into it. Actually, I do remember, and I actually got to say that for later. See what I'm saying? These cards be crazy. Try to kill me. It's like the sword part was like, Saya! Like, no. Don't try to cut me up. Alright, y'all. I'm super country today. I feel it. Gosh, I felt like I was going to lose those cards, y'all. Alright. You know what to do, family. Pick the side that resonates with you the most. The other side will be the person that you're dealing with, dating, or in a relationship with. And in the middle will be the relationship and how the both parties will, you know, affect the relationship. Earth signs, what is going down here? Okay. Whoa. Okay. The 10 of Wands. So there's a bird in here. Yo. Hella interesting. So right now we got this individual here with the 6 of Swords. They're going through some sort of transition at this moment. Now you see here in this card here, everybody's kind of actually looking like they're having a crap ton of fun. Like, this looks absolutely fun. But the usual meaning of the 6 of Swords is actually not that happy. It's actually really sad because they're leaving a place that they knew very well, right? There's an adventure out there, of course, and that can be the most exciting portion of it, but there's still that they're leaving something behind, something familiar for something new. And then that in itself can be pretty sad and very, you know, unsure, and it can leave a lot of questions. But the fact of the matter is, the people in that boat was moving forward, moving on. And then this person here, I feel like, is definitely moving on to better places, to better waters, to calmer waters, to more stable and more potential, a place where there is more potential to manifest or to be more prosperous. But this is talking about spiritually, I feel, not necessarily physical, because you do have the 7 of Pentacles here, which is figuring out whether something's worth it or not with regarding this relation. Now, this person, again, this person can be moving physically. Like, this person, the reason why this doubt is even coming up, right? If there's even this, you know, calculating whether or not this is something you want to do, calculating the effort that's needed, you know, looking at how far the goalpost is from the actual work itself. You know, there could be this kind of doubt here where, like, this person may have moved away and now it's a long distance relationship and both parties have never done this before. I'm not too worried about it because you do have the Queen of Swords here, but at the same time, you know, someone's transitioning. This relationship is taking a bit of a hit here, but this Queen of Swords individual, she's very serious. I get the sense that she's very analytical of the situation. But let me just go into this, right? It can also indicate here that there's a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. All right, from the straight up get-go, though, we have the 8 of Cups. Okay. Now, the 8 of Cups can indicate here that there's a feeling of some sort of emotional ending. Or not an emotional ending, but emotional, like, drain. Like, there's nothing here to give. I feel like this person is moving on, because this is completely, like, emotionally done. Like, they can't give any more, they can't give any less. It just is what it is. I mean, that's pretty plain and straight up and simple. Let me take a look at the other person, their internal energies. Oh, the Hangman. This person is definitely taking time to look at something from a different perspective. Because the Queen of Swords, she's got her own truth and everything. But there's a stagnancy because she needs to take a look at what she needs to look at. Now, this person doesn't have to be a female at all, right? Just because there's a queen, or just because I'm using the pronoun she. I'm just referring to the queen right now. This person is a queen. It could be male or female. But as I'm explaining the cards and what the characteristics of each court card would be, you know, I'm going to be using their, you know, I'm going to be referring to the queen and king as, you know, as they come about. So no disrespect to anybody, nor is this singling out certain people with certain gender roles or whatever, right? So anyway, internal, the three, no, it's the Six of Pentacles. Okay, well, the situation here is very interesting. Now, the Seven of Pentacles, automatically, you can see it, guys. It's like, it's like, wait, hold on a second. We did all this work just to get here. Now, it's not to say that this isn't going into the direction that both people want in the relationship. Of course, no. I feel like this is a long time coming, but even then, this is still not exactly where they want to be, because obviously you see that man with a piece of paper, well, a book in his hand, a notepad, counting everything and assessing everything, because he's trying to figure out how long it's going to take for all that stuff to happen. And even more so, if he's got the time to do it, because the Six of Pentacles in the Eternal Energy talks about a give and take. I feel like there's a balance here, or there's a need to balance things out. Right now, there is an imbalance, and I feel like that's what's kind of causing the situation to kind of take a bit of a delay, take a little bit of a hit. Now, this person here is definitely contemplating some things, and they're in a position where they're stopping, or they're waiting for something. They're kind of waiting for a new perspective, or they are, you know, they're either waiting for a new perspective, or they have to see something from a different angle here internally regarding their own love life, or regarding their own situation with their love. Now they're coming off very defensive here, and I feel like that defensiveness is actually holding them up. To be absolutely honest with you, right? This person could be like, I don't know about this. I don't know, because I've been in relationships before. That diving tape was perfect. You know, it could be that it was either perfect or whack, either one. Right? And they're just like, they have to see the relationship from a different perspective before they can pursue it with open arms. Because this person's like cautious as hell. Like, she has her hand being taken up. Like she's like, okay, yeah, sure, you can court me, psych. With that knife right there, like, no way. She probably has a lot of dudes turned down. She's beautiful, but she's like dangerous, right? She's not playing. So the thing here is with this individual is that they got to guard up too hard, too high, I think. They're cautious, and it's not because they just want to be, you know, cautious out of spite of it. No, they've been through some things. They've seen some things. They've been treated badly, perhaps, or they've been treated in a way that they felt like they can't really. It's going to be hard for them to release that truth of whatever it was, or whatever this defensiveness is that got them there in the first place. Now, this individual here is, yes, moving from different, you know, is moving on, taking a trip, right? In a sense of like a spiritual journey. They're moving forward, right? They're no longer going to be staying where it's no longer satisfying. And I feel like they've been dissatisfied for quite some time. That's why this relationship is having another look around. Let's take a look here at the external energies here, because I already know we're going to be going over time a little bit. Me introducing decks and stuff. What was I thinking, right? You guys are going to be like, oh God, she's going to be here for 20 minutes. But I'm like, yo, but these messages though. Anyway, oh my goodness, the Seven of Cups. This person doesn't know what they want though. They don't know. They know what they don't want, but they know what they don't know what they want. And I feel like this kind of transition is going to help them, you know, figure that out though. Believe it or not, I really do. I think that's what it is. I think they're going to be assessing, looking back, but also like, you know, they just have to pick something at the end of the day. Five of Swords. Yeah, see what I'm saying? They are not playing, this individual. Okay. Well, chill out. Is this the King of Swords? It is. Well, we have the whole suit up in here. I don't think this is a third-party situation. Just gonna put that out there. I'm not getting any cards for this. But what I am seeing here is that the external energy is focusing highly on the King of Swords, on the pair here. the couple that interacts the best over the internet. I'm just kidding. No, like they keep their stuff tight because they have a distance and they know how to operate the computer. No, I'm just playing. No, seriously though, the King of Swords. All right, this person over here, they're making a transition. I feel like they're doing this thing where they're going within themselves, knowing what they don't want, understanding them, what they, what's this dissatisfaction, or even more so, they could be taking a second look at what they have maybe felt emotionally done with beforehand. Because this could be like going back and taking a look, because the way this is digressing like this, okay. Now, externally, they have the 7 of Cups, but internally, they have the 8 of Cups. It's like either they're looking at the situation and they already don't even know. They already know they don't want none of it, in the sense that that's like, they don't really believe that any of those things is really what they want. So that could be it. But at the same time, I'm getting this feeling it's like this person may be taking a second look around at the cups that's already present, that's already there, and really reassessing, figuring out this is something they truly don't want to commit to, something they don't really want. Now at the same time, it could be that they feel emotionally done with something, but now they have different options ahead of them and they have to figure out what they want. Now I get this feeling though that with the 7 of Pentacles, because typically that talks about just like going and committing, go ahead and make it happen. But I feel like with the 7 of Pentacles coming up, that indicates, right? That indicates what someone is doing in regards to assessing a certain goalpost, right? To figuring out where something is going to be. How long is it going to take them to get to that place? It's like they've been working hard. That's the thing with the 7 of Pentacles. They've been working so hard, so diligently, and they're finally starting to see the crops, grow and blossom. But at the same time, they're not at the place that they want to be yet. There's still a ton of work to do, and this person's trying to figure out whether or not they want to commit to this or not. That's the thing here with this individual. I don't know if this person is really open to that. And I feel like I'm getting the same sort of vibe, even though there's no straight up defensive energy from both parties. Well, this person is straight up defensive. But this person, I feel like, is going through a transition to figure out what they want to do. Well, this person's trying to figure out what they're willing and what not willing to do at the same time as well. Like, they're both having to figure out what the hell they want. Why am I saying this? Well, because the 5 of Swords here is talking about fighting for something at all costs. But how you have the Hangman in your internal energy? This is personal. This is about what you feel and what you think. If you don't know what you want, and if you're waiting for a new perspective, then what you fighting for? What you defensive about? What are you not interested in getting involved with, right? It's fine if you're defensive and you don't really want to make a decision, but you have the 5 of Swords. That's like empty victory, something about losing something. And it almost looks like this person's worried more so about losing their independence, losing this idea of what they have, that, whatever they have, they feel like they're going to lose. Yes, you will lose that. With the Hangman, you are going to lose whatever the perspective that was, but you're going to gain a new perspective, right? It's very similar to death, right? Death is death of the old, birth of the new. Okay, well, Hangman actually, death comes after the Hangman, so it's not similar. It comes after one another. But this death energy, this Hangman energy, is to be open to the recognition of what your perspective is, how that's shown, and being open to something new, something different. So that way this 5 of Swords energy can be actually executed in a way that both parties could potentially feel as though they can kind of work with what they got. Now the 5 of Swords, like I was saying before, is like you always lose something. Something's always sacrificed with that card. Well, it's the case. And I feel like it has something to do with someone's independence, somebody's individuality. I feel like they're gonna compromise their defense. It's like that's why they don't want to let their guard down in a way. I think that's why they're kind of putting up a fight in a way, and they're not making a decision. They're not, like, in a way, I feel like I don't know if they're trying to see this new perspective, because this is the Queen of Swords we're talking about. She got her truth already. Like, the second you be like, no, you need to see a new truth, she'd probably be really hesitant about that too. And the King of Swords is very stubborn in their own right, but the thing is that this relationship is talking about the pairing. It's really about this individual, right? But it's more so about, the balance of it. Because this person is taking the time to do what they need to do, but this person is completely imbalanced. why the Six of Pentacles is even here. And I feel like that's the assessment right now. That's what this Seven of Pentacles is all about. Weighing the options, or not even weighing the options, figuring out what the heck is going on. Whether or not this is something someone can commit to or be open to at least. Just focusing on what can happen day to day rather than what's going on right now. Or what's happening, we'll focus on what's going on right now rather than what's happening in the future. Or what can happen in the future, how long it's going to take. Because this person is still figuring out what they need to do, figuring out what they want to do, understanding their own emotional aspects. And this person here is like, they have their guard up hardcore. They don't know if they can let anybody in right now. And I think it's because somebody hurt them in the past. I really do. But I do feel like this perspective is that if they keep it, if they're flexible and they're open to it, the things will make sense. Things will make sense. All right, I went over 16 minutes. Okay, going over and going crazy. But thank you guys for tuning in. If you want to book a personal reading with me, just go and check the description box below or the icon in the corner. And as always, guys, love you guys to death, and I will see y'all very soon. Bye now.